Sam, you actually got to touch this thing. You got to play
Hmm.
some games. What are your first impressions of the Switch 2?
Yeah. So I mean, let's kind of start off with like hardware and design. It is kind of what you think it is. I kind of like, in my head I think about it as like the Super Switch because
Yeah,
it's got
yeah.
the same basic layout, the same basic design, had the detachable Joy Cons, it's got a kickstand, and so it's very familiar. And I think there's a good reason Nintendo didn't try to mess with the formula too much. They didn't need to. Um, and but it is a little bit bigger. It has a larger screen. It's not OLED, and I actually am not really that upset about it
Right.
because the new screen is really good. It does HDR, does 120 hertz refresh rate with VRR, and so look, it doesn't have like the super deep blacks that you get with an OLED screen, but it still looks really good,
Mhm.
and it doesn't feel that much bigger. Yeah, it's about a little bit about maybe an inch and a half wider and about half an inch taller, but it definitely doesn't feel bulky. And they've done some like little design tweaks, like it has tapered sides to make sure that it still
Mhm.
feels really sleek and it's not really that much heavier either. And so it's not like the original Switch was like you could put it in your pocket anyways. You still need a bag to carry it around, and that's going to be the same case for this
You
thing.
could kind of put it like I put the original Switch in a lot of pockets back in
Yeah,
the
if you got like massive
like,
cargo shorts, maybe okay, but
Hey, the
I think
massive cargo shorts are coming back.
they're
I know
coming
it's
back.
weird, but
They're
yeah.
so useful. Like you want to be able to hold a Steam Deck or something. Um, the way you
Okay, but
described it,
let's talk about
Mhm.
OLED and the lack of OLED for a second,
Well,
because
it
I was
kind of goes back to what we were
so
talking about.
sure that the
No.
Switch OLED was manufacturing
Mhm.
practice for the Switch 2 to be
It does.
OLED standard.
It doesn't have to be OLED. Like this is exactly what I was talking about with the iPhone 16e. Is that Apple made that extra expense to put OLED in a pretty basic phone when you could do pretty good with LCD these days. You can get
Mhm.
high refresh rates and HDR, and those are the things that really pop to your eyes and really matter.